Hey guys, it's Reagan, and today I'm going to be talking about my most anticipated movie of the summer, Spider-Man Far From Home. So guys, I loved it, but before I get into it, I just wanted to say, sorry I've been MIA. I've been taking this Calculus 3 class, and I've had back-to-back tests recently in June, and it was kind of a lot. It was harder than I expected, and also I've been working a lot, so that's where I've been. And also, we've kind of had a content drought, so now that we finally have Spider-Man out, I've been watching all these movies, so I'm going to do a movie wrap-up for May and June. And then also, I'm probably going to do some Rey and Kylo character analysis, the character studies, because that's what I've been working on now, because I've been rewatching The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, and just basically just doing what an actor would do if you read the script, but I'm going to be doing it as a person outside of it, just analyzing it. Alright? And I also got my Vanity Fair covers in the mail. It's been so long that they finally came. I love this cover. I think I prefer the Rey cover over the Kylo cover, because I just think Daisy Ridley looks so good. Dad Underwear looks okay, but like Daisy really looks really pretty on this cover, just saying. But it's just so good, guys. I really love it. And yeah, so let's get into me talking about Spider-Man. But before I start, I just want to say thanks to people that are subscribing to me. I love when you guys subscribe. It really helps me out. I notice when you guys subscribe, it helps me motivate me to make more videos. So if you want to subscribe to me, then please do. I really, really love it when you do, and I really appreciate it. So thanks guys for subscribing if you did, and if you haven't, please subscribe. Okay, so now let's get into it. For me, I would give this movie a 9 out of 10, because honestly, I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 because I think I knew too much. So I may have given it a 10 out of 10 if I didn't know, because Spider-Man's my favorite hero. He's my favorite superhero, has been for a really long time. My first movie that I ever saw in theaters was Spider-Man. So I've always had this connection to Spider-Man, always grew up. I watched all the Spider-Man cartoons from the 90s, from the early 2000s, all that stuff. I would watch them. I would watch Spider-Man and the Amazing Friends. All those cartoons growing up, I love Spider-Man. I really kind of knew what was happening, so that's why I didn't give it a 10 out of 10, because I was frustrated with Peter's choices. But I loved it. I thought it was really good. I think that Spider-Man Homecoming is still my favorite movie in the MCU, but I really love this movie. I will watch this movie over and over again. I'm probably going to watch it again tonight. I just really enjoyed it. Thought it was phenomenal. And also I think that it did a really good job at continuing after Avengers Endgame, because honestly, I watched Avengers Endgame while I rewatched it. I kind of napped the first half, but I rewatched it in theaters the same day as Spider-Man. So even though I didn't pay for it, but so it was a really good tie-up with it. It really flowed. I really love all the tie-ins. The visual effects were great. I love watching Spider-Man, all this all the web slinging and the illusions. Everything was great and fantastic. I loved it. And honestly, I just love Tom Holland as Peter Parker. He's just so good in that role, and he just makes Peter Parker so lovable. And I've always loved Peter Parker as a character, so it just fits so well, and I just love it. Everyone's character arcs were great in this movie, because I love character. That's my favorite thing. So everyone was great. It was just so good. So that's why I gave it a 9 out of 10, and it's fantastic. Now, I'm going to get into some spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, please stop watching, because it's so good. Please watch the movie without any spoilers, because honestly, if you know a lot, you're kind of already going to know twist. But I'm just telling you, so good. So for me, what I'm talking about with the twist is obviously Mysterio's the villain. Everyone, if you watch anything Spider-Man ever growing up in your life, Mysterio, I love Mysterio. Mysterio's one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. I love him. I've loved him forever. And that's because I don't know, I love the con of it, and I love illusions and magic and stuff like that, and he's kind of a scientist and stuff, and I've always loved special effects. So that was really cool. And so when Peter trusting him, I hated that, because I was no, do not take off your mask when you're going down there and seeing Quentin. Do not do that. Do not expose yourself. I was do not do that. I was so frustrated. And also the whole thing and whatever, I was this man ain't got no powers. And also, Peter Parker should have listened to All Too Well, and he wouldn't have this issue, would he? Never trust Jacob Gyllenhaal. BTW, I'm definitely Team Taylor Swift. We stand with Taylor, okay? Hashtag, fuck all those men. I hate white men. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Hashtag, we stand with Taylor, okay? I don't care about Scooter Braun. Bye, kiss it. And I don't care about Justin Bieber. Kiss it. And Scott Bradshaw, whatever. All those people were terrible. Anyway, I had to go off that little tangent because I was ready to fight. This movie, because of Mysterio, him not realizing it, and Mysterio, his dirty tactics throughout the movie, and then also that Scooter Braun bullshit, I was about to fight anybody. I was I was like, Justin Bieber, name a time and name a place. I'll come for you. You know what I mean? It's when that's a little pent up energy. But anyway, so I was kind of frustrated with that. I thought that they did so well. Oh my god, when they said that his like life work was Barf from Civil War, like that made perfect sense. Like everything tied in so well for him. And I was like, yes. And then they had all these people and they explained it, like this guy got fired for this, blah 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 blah. And so them like being like, he didn't trust Edith with us, he trusted it with the 60-year-old kid and all this stuff. Oh my god, it was great. So, and also he was so ruthless. Quentin Beck was so ruthless. Like, it was crazy. So I just loved all the little pieces that came together and everyone working together to kind of help out, you know. That was great. I thought everyone's characterization was great. I thought that the homeless relocation thing in the beginning made perfect sense because honestly, I know what you guys talked about. I talked about my qualms with Avengers Endgame and how the 5-year gap created so many plot holes. And after watching Endgame again, like, yesterday, I was like, there's so many errors in this, but it's fine, it's whatever, it's whatever, it's a big monster movie, but there's so many holes. So that was really cool, even though they didn't talk about emotional trauma, that was too late, but I liked how the news thing, how they talked about like in memoriam for like Captain America, Iron Man, and Black Widow, and they talked about what was happening, the blip, and like the 5-year thing, that made sense, blah blah blah. That was really cool, I really enjoyed that, it's a good tie-in. I really liked where Peter's character arc went in this. I love everyone's character arc. I think that how he just wanted to be a normal kid. He just like got done with like saving the world like on a big scale and he just wants to be like the neighborhood hero like he used to be in like Homecoming kind of. And so that's what he wanted to do. Like that's what he was trying to accept. He finally accepted his role. He is like trying to get back to it. He doesn't want all this responsibility. He's just a 16-year-old kid. So like it totally makes sense with this character. I really like what they did with Michelle. That was great. I love how she was kind of more blunt, but also she was more part of the group. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, I just don't know how to interact with people that well. And I was like, me too, sister. But, like, it was great. I really liked her a lot. For me, I'm one of those people that I just kind of wish that they just made her flat out Mary Jane. Because I love Mary Jane in the comics and stuff. And I really think someday I would play a really good Mary Jane. Because, like, I just like how Mary Jane is kind of, like, very bold, and I enjoy that, and I like her in the comics and stuff, so like I would like to see her do that, but it's fine. They're trying to do something different, which is fine, and you know, like how that is, but I do really like Michelle's characterization. It made more sense in this movie and it worked, you know what I mean? And so then also I really liked Ned and Betty. Their relationship was cute. It was very like how people are in like the honeymoon phase with all the kids today or whatever. Even though I'm like low-key a kid, even though I'm like 19 or whatever. But that's like how people are. It was really sweet. And yeah, so it was great. I really love like the European backdrop and maybe want to watch the Lizzie McGuire movie again. Not even lying, and I'm about to study abroad, so like literally I'm gonna have a ton of references to this movie and Taylor Swift's Lover lyrics coming out. Like, oh my god, like, sorry. So just follow me on Instagram for that. And yeah, so it was just, I really love that. I really love the illusions. Now my thing was, is I was very key, like, because I knew never trust Mysterio. Like, I was like, here is in Venice. I was like, there's Jake Gyllenhaal in a cap, a baseball cap. I was like, this is what's happening. And then like, when Michelle saw that little piece of the drone and she picked it up, I was like, I got it. Like, this is done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was very on top of it and, like, looking for things like that because I never trust Jake Gyllenhaal. But anyway, so, like, you know, it was a really great... I just love the illusions. I love how Peter, like, found himself, like, using his Peter Tingle. It was great. I love that, how I was like, find the Force, Peter! Like, you know what I mean? Just as a joke. Sorry about it. You know how I watch too much Star Wars. But it was just great, okay? Like, it was so good. I love May and Happy's relationship. I love Happy in this. Because, like, Happy in Homecoming was also very detached. And then he got, like, more attached to Peter and just was nicer and helping him out. And Happy seeing Peter, like, look like Tony. He's like, what? And it was so sweet. And I love Peter, like, realizing that, like, he can't really live up to Tony because Tony never lived up to Tony. He has to be, like, his own person. And he has all this potential. Like, Tony trusted him. And, like, honestly, like, he just has such a good heart, you know? And it's just fantastic. And I love, like, them going against everything in, like, London. Peter getting into illusions. People, like, him, like, realizing about Quentin and stuff. And just, like, realizing how ruthless he was. Oh my god, Quentin was so ruthless. And then all the, like, cape thing. It was just so good. Like, I just love how it was executed. And I love how, like, Happy was like, you need to go in the crown jewels. Like, you know? And at the end, we're like, Peter was like, so what's going on with you and May? Like, with Happy? That was so funny. That was so cute. You know what I mean? I was like, oh. I loved, and also talk about May's outfits like this whole entire movie. I stand. She looked great the whole entire movie. You know what I mean? And it was just so good. I also was glad that Quentin died. I was like, yes, it died. So I was like, good. Can't expose him. And then the mid-credit scenes happened. And I have never screamed fuck so loud in a theater ever before in my life. Because when J.K. Simmons came out as James Jonah Jameson, I was like, first of all, I was like, I stand. I love this. Second of all, when he said Mysterio revealed that Peter Parker, that Spider-Man was attacking him and that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, we did. And I was like, then at the next end credit scene, it was Tony, or not Tony, and then at the next end credit scene, it was Nick Fury is actually in Secret Wars, and he's doing something with the Skrulls, some other place, and then Talos was filling in for him with his wife, and I was like, okay, fine. But like, where's Peter gonna go? Where's he gonna hide? I'm like, get your ass to Doctor Strange. He'll put you in a different dimension. I was like, whoop. Get your ass to your friendly neighborhood buddy, Sorcerer Supreme in New York City. I was like, damn. I was like, no. And then people were going to come after May. I was like, no. I was so mad. I don't know what can happen. I'm like so frustrated right now because literally that was like a thing that they exposed Peter Parker's identity during Civil War and stuff. So I thought we moved past it. I thought that wasn't going to happen. Peter Parker is not Iron Man. He has always had a non-entity. I'm so sad and it's so frustrated, but whatever. But I just love Tom Holland as Peter Parker. He's the best Peter Parker I've ever had, and I just love it. It's such a good movie. And yeah, so thanks guys for watching. If you like this video, like it, and please subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you later. Goodbye!